Still think our children are not being brainwashed? What you're about to watch right here is 60 Minutes. Yeah, you're going to watch about a 2-minute segment from 60 Minutes. And folks, these are the people who are supposed to be left-leaning. And look what they say about Columbia University. And yes, forgive me, I may interrupt a few times because this one bothers me. And if you think this video is really bad, wait till you watch the next video that I'm going to play for you. So, let's roll.
We went to see a rally in support of Palestinians on the campus of Columbia University. This was 5 weeks after the Hamas terror attack on Israel.
You get that? 60 Minutes is characterizing it as the terror attack by Hamas on Israel. 5 weeks after. By the way, they were doing this less than 48 hours after. But I digress. Here we go.
Campus gates were locked. Entrances were guarded by the NYPD. We witnessed a sea of phones held high in solidarity with the people of Gaza and the West Bank.
Can you do me a favor? They're chanting free Palestine. Free Palestine from what? Free Palestine from Hamas? Free Palestine from Mahmoud Abbas, who hasn't had an election in 15 years? Free Palestine from the oppression that has come from the ideals that are communicated in Islam? What are they asking to be freed from? Free from imperialist oppressors like Israel? I wonder. Forgive the sarcasm on this, folks, but I can promise you that an overwhelming majority of these people have no idea what they're talking about. And yes, this is coming from a guy whose mom and dad were both born and raised in Egypt, who speaks the language and understands the culture. Yep. On we go.
Passions were high as well.
Occupation no more! Occupation no more!
The following afternoon,
and we will fight Columbia University!
another pro-Palestinian rally, this one outside the gates. We saw posters of Israelis kidnapped by Hamas being defaced.
Those are posters of innocent, precious children, grandmothers, mothers, people who did not insert themselves in any of this. Yeah. They're defacing those pictures. You think anti-Semitism isn't a real deal? Do you think that maybe, quite maybe, we are repeating history? Does it maybe begin to look like pre-World War II to you? Yeah.
While later on campus, we observed this vigil in support of Israel. Normally, students at Columbia are encouraged to be open to ideas and debate.
Can I just do this? I'll rewind it just for a quick second, but did you notice how the free Palestine and all that other stuff is them getting crazy, violent? You've got police there. You got all kinds of things. But when the pro-Israeli people are demonstrating, they're singing in peace and quiet and calm. I wonder where those things are coming from. I wonder. By the way, these are the college campuses, folks. These are the college campuses that lots of parents are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to brainwash their children, to destroy society and hate their country. And by the way, to hate Jews. Yeah.
But these are not normal times. When we visited, police were guarding Hillel, a center for Jewish life on campus.
How do you feel on campus? Do you feel safe?
Short answer is no.
We met third-year student Eden Yadigar at Hillel. She's the head of Students Supporting Israel at Columbia. She told us students on all sides of the issue feel unease on campus.
It's tense. It's hostile. There have been days where I've had to walk through not one but two protests on campus in order to get to my classes.
Another student, David, asked that we not use his last name for safety concerns.
I was leaving the library late at night, and I had a Star of David visibly out, just like this. And somebody came up to me and yelled, "Free Palestine, free Palestine."
Yelled it at you?
Yes, at me. And I don't know if I can say this on TV, but he goes, the Jews, the Jews a few times.
Yeah. That's right, folks. That's right. Yep. If you think that's bad, how about I turn you over to a piece of testimony, 5 minutes out of 5 hours worth of testimony on Capitol Hill regarding what colleges are doing about anti-Semitism, about people who want to destroy Jews because they're Jews. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, and this one's a real doozy. By the way, this video features the president of Harvard, who is now testifying. Yeah. Take a listen. It's interesting. I'm going to try not to interrupt, but I can promise you I will, undoubtedly, because what you're watching is viciously brutal. Take a look.
Ms. Stefanik, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Dr. Gay, a Harvard student calling for the mass murder of African Americans is not protected free speech at Harvard, correct?
Our commitment to free speech...
It's a yes or no question. Is that corrected? Is that okay for students to call for the mass murder of African Americans at Harvard? Is that protected free speech?
Our commitment to free speech...
It's a yes or no question. Let me ask you this.
Notice how she won't answer the question. Oh, yeah. That's by design, folks. Okay, here we go.
You are president of Harvard, so I assume you're familiar with the term intifada, correct?
I've heard that term, yes.
And you understand that the use of the term intifada in the context of the Israeli-Arab conflict is indeed a call for violent armed resistance against the state of Israel, including violence against civilians and the genocide of Jews.
Intifada means that in any context, but that's a whole other story. I like her line of questioning. I think this is good. She's going to pin this crazy nut job down. Or maybe not. Let's pay attention. By the way, parents, these are the type of people that you are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to brainwash your precious children. Take a listen.
Are you aware of that?
That type of hateful speech is personally abhorrent to me.
And there have been multiple marches at Harvard with students chanting, quote, there is only one solution, intifada revolution, and, quote, globalize the intifada. Is that correct?
I've heard that thoughtless, reckless, and hateful language on our campus, yes.
Yeah, I've heard that thoughtless, reckless language that I personally abhor. But as the president of Harvard, I'm not going to stop people for calling for the global elimination of Jews. Yeah, no, not that I don't agree with Israel and the policies of Israel. No, I want to destroy all Jews. That's exactly what those people are saying. And this nut job, although she wants to make it clear, does not agree with the rhetoric, is going to fight to allow it to happen. Here we go.
So based upon your testimony, you understand that this call for intifada is to commit genocide against the Jewish people in Israel and globally, correct?
I will say again, that type of hateful speech is personally abhorrent to me.
That's not the question. The question is not, is it personally abhorrent to you? The question is very simple, but you won't answer it.
Do you believe that type of hateful speech is contrary to Harvard's code of conduct, or is it allowed at Harvard?
It is at odds with the values of Harvard.
Can you not say here that it is against the code of conduct at Harvard?
We embrace a commitment to free expression, even of views that are objectionable, offensive, hateful. It's when that speech crosses into conduct that violates our policies against bullying, harassment,
Does that speech not cross that barrier? Does that speech not call for the genocide of Jews and the elimination of Israel?
They're disciplining students, folks. They are disciplining students and coming after students that speak about their objection to the decisions that people in the alphabet mafia make. But they will not come against a person who calls for the elimination of not just the Jewish state, but of all Jews. We're paying, I'm not, But lots of people are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for their children to be brainwashed. Yep.
When
You testify that you understand that is the definition of intifada. Is that speech according to the code of conduct or not?
we embrace a commitment to free expression and give a wide berth to free expression, even of views that are objectionable.
You and I both know
and
that's not the
offensive.
case. You are aware that Harvard ranked dead last when it came to free speech. Are you not aware of that report?
As I observed earlier.
By the way, dead last when it came to free speech, meaning Harvard will come after you if you say anything that they object to. Okay? They are not a campus for free speech. As a matter of fact, they are all about stifling free speech, and they will do it in ways you can't even believe. Yet in the name of free speech, we can call for the end of what they consider to be the imperialist project, which is Israel, and kill all Jews. Yep. Oh, yeah.
I reject that characterization.
It's the
of our
data shows
campus.
it's true. And isn't it true that Harvard previously rescinded multiple offers of admissions for applicants and accepted freshmen for sharing offensive memes, racist statements, sometimes as young as 16 years old? Did Harvard not rescind those offers of admission?
That long predates my time as president.
But you
so I can't
understand
speak.
that Harvard made that decision to rescind those offers of admission.
I have no reason to contradict the facts as you present them.
Correct, because it's a fact. You're also aware that a Winthrop House faculty dean was let go over who he chose to legally represent, correct? That was while you were dean.
That is an incorrect characterization of what transpired.
What's the characterization?
I'm not going to get into details about a personnel matter.
Well, let me ask you this. Will admissions offers be rescinded or any disciplinary action be taken against students or applicants who say, from the river to the sea or intifada, advocating for the murder of Jews?
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. That means kill every single Jew. That's exactly what it means, and that's what she's referring to. Intifada, we don't even have to talk about. This is insane, folks. Listen to her lovely answer.
As I've said, that type of hateful, reckless, offensive speech is personally abhorrent to me.
And today that no action will be taken. What action will be taken?
When speech crosses into conduct that violates our policies, including policies against bullying, harassment, or intimidation, we take action, and we have robust disciplinary processes that allow us to hold individuals accountable.
What action has been taken against students who are harassing and calling for the genocide of Jews on Harvard's campus?
I can assure you we have robust
What
disciplinary
actions have been taken?
processes
I'm not
with
asking.
actions underway.
I'm asking what actions have been taken against those students.
Given students' rights to privacy and our obligations under FERPA, I will not say more about any specific cases other than to reiterate that processes are ongoing.
Do you know what the #1 hate crime in America is?
You guys might be surprised. Or maybe you won't because you watch this channel.
I know that over the last couple of months, there's been an alarming rise of anti-Semitism, which I understand is the critical topic that we are here to discuss.
That's correct. It is anti-Jewish hate crimes. And Harvard ranks the lowest when it comes to protecting Jewish students. This is why I've called for your resignation. And your testimony today, not being able to answer with moral clarity, speaks volumes. I yield back.
Yeah, it sure does speak volumes. And folks, let me just explain to you why it speaks volumes, because she represents an overwhelming amount of people who are overseeing schools right now. They are taking your money and then they are using your money to destroy the minds and the hearts of your children. Folks, we ought to think about this. We ought to think twice about this. Our children are far more valuable than this. Be careful. Listen, homeschool is amazing. We don't send our children to colleges unless they absolutely have to go because they're going to be doctors. Even lawyers don't have to go to college today. But I'm just going to say this. If you do, you better prepare them for the wicked hell that they're going to be facing. I can tell you this right now. These are programming centers. They are brainwashing centers. They are designed to destroy the minds and the hearts of children. And make no mistake about it, folks, it's getting darker. Why? Because the days in which we are living are getting darker. Now, what do we do about this? It's really simple. It's really simple. We speak up. We tell the truth. We get involved. We spend time with our children. We teach them the truth. We allow them to participate in things that God cares about. We teach them to love Jews. We teach them to love people like God loves people. We go out of our way to understand and develop a heart for all who are lost. Yes, that includes Palestinians and Arabs. We are called by God to have the heart that he has and to love what he loves and hate what he hates. And it's time that we stand firm on these matters and not allow the enemy to take over. It's that simple. Guys, let's get out there and fight the good fight. The battle is real. God bless you.